In this video, we're going to have a look at how to make a menu bar or a navigation bar. All the websites that you go to, just about every single website you will go to, now has a navigation bar. So that's that small thin bar that sits either right at the top or just under the header of most websites. So check out any website you go to today and you will see a menu bar there, because it's basically a standard thing that we're supposed to have in websites. Now in this case, what I need to do is make a brand new box to throw under my header so that I can put a menu in there. So what I'm going to do is just go to header, underneath it, div ID, and call this menu, like so. And I'm not really going to put anything in there just yet, and you'll see why. I am going to press enter a couple of times because we are going to put our navigation bar or our buttons inside this box called menu. Let's go to my CSS down here. Let's just very quickly make a new style. And for this menu, I'm going to make it, let's go for a background color, like so, let's make it bright. I will take this color away, but for now I need it just on the screen. I'm going to make the width 900 pixels, which is exactly the same as the width of my page. I'm going to make the height just for now. Again, I'm going to take all of this away. It's only here just to illustrate. You can see it's there already. And I may as well put a float there while I'm at it. And that's that. So you can see where my menu is. It's that bright orange thing over there. And I am going to put my menu bar or my buttons in here using a list. So how do we make a list? Let's just press tab once. We're going to open a UL. That's an unordered list, like so. And inside there, we are going to put an LI, like so. And my first link is going to be home, which is a traditional way. Or your first button really should be the home button. What I'm going to do next is I'm just going to put about 4 or 5 links here. Second one is going to be photos. Third one is going to be the about page. Fourth one is going to be the contact page, and the last one is going to be the info page. Now you can see over here what's happening. If I just zoom in a little bit, you can see that there's a list, and this is really not a menu. It's just a bullet point list that's appearing kind of randomly inside this menu bar. It looks really ugly. It's not a menu bar. So what we're going to have to do now is basically go to the CSS and fix this mess that I've made. But what you're going to see is quite a quick kind of transformation from this list into a menu bar. So what I'm going to do is go all the way to the bottom, and we're going to be doing a lot of styles, so you might have to pause this, take some notes, or work on your own web page while you're doing this, because it gets quite complicated. I promise you, if you do it slowly, you'll understand it. So the first style I need to make is for the UL, which is the UL, the unordered list. And what we're going to do is we're going to say list style type none. So what that's saying is take those bullet points away. We are going to put a margin of 0 and padding of 0. That will just take care of any nonsense that's going to happen. We're going to go to overflow and make it hidden. That will stop the menu from going out of the box. And in this case, I'm going to very quickly go to my menu and take the background color away. See, the color's gone there. And I'm going to now put a background color in the UL. And in this case, I'm going to put a background color of black. That's going to look quite cool in a second. So there you go. There's my menu bar, and it's black. It's not really a menu bar. It's simply a list inside a black box. So we're going to now fix how those links look. Now before we go any further, we have to actually turn these list items, these words here, into actual links. Now I haven't got any actual links to link them to. I haven't made any extra pages. So in this case, I'm going to use an old trick. I'm going to open up a tag which says like so, a space href. And I'm just going to put the hash symbol in there, like so. And I'm going to close that. And I'm simply going to copy and paste that at the end. So you can see now that my link is made up of a href. In here I would put an actual web address like www.google.com or whatever. But in this case I'm just going to put the hash because I really haven't got anything to link it to. So this kind of lets me put in a link without having to actually find a link. It's a kind of like a lorem ipsum of links, if you like. So I've just copied and pasted all of that in there, like so. And you can see already that my writing here has become a link. It's kind of blue and underlined the way links are supposed to be. So now let's go back over here. What I'm going to do is put a style for li, which is the list, like so. And I'm going to say float left. And now you can see my links, rather than being a list going downwards, they're simply a list going sideways, because that's what float left is. It says take each one of my LIs, that's each one of my LIs there, and put it to the left, float it left. So that's really useful. So I've already turned it into a menu bar, but really not pretty. So now let's go to LIA. Now what's an A? An A is a link. So each one of my words over here is a link because I turned it into an A href. And now I'm going to style the A. So every one of my links is going to have the following style. We're going to say display, block. We're going to say color and make it white. You can see immediately they've gone white. That looks pretty cool. We're going to say text align center. You'll see why in a second. We're going to go for a padding over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to say padding of 20. And you can see immediately they've suddenly got bigger. So 20 is a bit too big. Let's make it 15 px. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then we're going to press space and we're just going to say 15 px. You can see now I've put the first number 15 was the space at the top and the bottom, and the second one is the space on the left and the right. Let's make that 35. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. You see that? So let me just zoom out so you can see that a little bit better. You can see that my menu bar now actually looks like a set of buttons, but they don't really behave like buttons. So let's see what else we can do. Let's also take the underline away. So let me bring the semicolon there. We're going to say text decoration is going to be none, which means I don't want any underlines there. We can also, while we're there, do the font size and make it a little bit bigger. So let's go for 30 pixels, too much. Let's go for 20 pixels. That should be okay. Now, how do we get that brilliant effect where when you put your mouse over, you can see their links. They don't react like links. They just react like writing with the mouse changing. So I really want them to look like buttons. So in this case, what I'm going to do is add my last style, which is LIA and hover. Now hover in CSS means if the mouse is on top. And what we're going to do is we're going to say background color. And in this case, I am going to go for quite a bright color. I'm going to go back. Let's go chocolate on this one. And what's going to happen now is as I move my mouse over, you can see that the menu bar looks a lot like a professional website. So it looks like a menu bar and I can actually click. Obviously, they're not going anywhere because I haven't linked them to anything. But that is the way, and let's make this a little bit bigger so you can see. So that's how to add a menu bar to your website, and I promise you, as soon as you've done that, your website looks so much more professional than it did before you put the menu bar there.